Afternoon, my comrades. For this posting, I'll go more in depth as it is my last upload prior to my arrival in Los Angeles, California. I'm here to inform you of developments likely to benefit any and all TIs who are willing to take part in this venture. Though through the display of sheer logic, minus any manipulation, disinformation, or discouraging inclinations, I will assure you that there is hope and that assistance is in the works. They attack our quality of life in order to force us into bleak isolation and ultimately suicide. Another trick is goading us into physical or mental meltdown so that they can deprive us of any remaining freedom with the long stroke of a pen. Normally, they'll have a theme, something that particularly pisses you off, which they'll then exploit repeatedly. Nevertheless, by utilizing a number of tools, compiling a paper trail, and the genuine support of an alliance that will not erode, fold, nor be compromised, together we can stand confident, tell these rogues to bring their best, and be prepared for it, collectively speaking. I can't promise you there won't be any long-term effects. For instance, I myself have developed a nervous tic on top of a bipolar diagnosis. Still, regardless of your level of harassment, the end result will be a safe haven against onslaughts such as gaslighting and workplace mobbing, two of their most effective weapons. Clearly, I alone cannot effectively proceed without a considerable amount of support from like-minded comrades. They tell us every life matters, that we all have rights protected by the U.S. Constitution, that America is the land of the free, home of the brave. Well, if you don't have the will and support of others intent on forcing these scoundrels to adhere to these values, you will be a mere sacrifice, gone and forgotten. Don't be stuck to fend for yourself against dehumanization, because that's what they're doing. They're dehumanizing us. The following are a number of suggestions I urge you to give some thought. Just give them some thought. 1. Do not be discouraged from the enjoyment or access to any state-provided services that you may be eligible for. 2. They hate paperwork, and every official decision is subject to an appeal that is kept on file. 3. Many states have their own disability discrimination regulations which apply to housing, employment, education, and so forth. A disability can be anything, particularly not anything. A mental illness is a disability. Chronic disease is a disability. It's all how you play it. Depends on who your doctors is. So look into that. A certified letter accompanied with valid evidence sent to the Civil Rights Division of your state Attorney General's office will help if done correctly. For example, this is to the state of Oklahoma. It was in regard to, let me show you again, it was in regard to my problems with receiving services here. It wasn't in regard to my gang stalking because I had no evidence to really prove, but it was in regard to my access of services, which was in part the gang stalking, but like I said, I only put down what I could prove, and that's the main thing about this. You have to put down what you can prove. You have to be careful, or they will put you down as a loon or somebody who's just off their rockers, doing drugs or whatever. So be careful about how you approach things. 5. Meditation and even yoga can help with stress and mounting pressure. Please avoid allowing illicit drugs to become your coping mechanism. It can only make things worse, and we're trying to be here for the long haul. 6. You can use a smartphone to create your own body camera if needed. 7. You can lawfully carry mace, pepper spray, and it can be lawfully used for self-defense. Just be sure to check with your local laws first. Always be safe. 8. Lawyers and the civil rights organizations will rarely, if ever, help TIs or victims of gang stalking. You just got to get that up front. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're going to look at you crazy if they even do respond to you. So you have to get that up front. 9. A class action suit would be the only way to gain widespread awareness from those in positions to implement substantial changes. So that's why we have to come together and watch each other's backs, and then the whole time we just compile what we can. And then when it's time to bring it forth, we bring it forth. 10. Statutes of limitations can be extended if it is proven that violations were intentional and continuous. So get documentation, ask for copies. If you have to, use a body cam, I mean, if it can be proven that it was continuous and, like I said, continuous and intentional, it can be extended. The normal 2-year period can reach on to 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Depends on how long this is going on. So you do have avenues. 11. Fully utilize your access to the internet, and if money is an issue, there are a number of websites on the internet that allow you to make money by just doing nothing, basically. If you go to a site and they make you try to pay for something to join a site to take surveys or whatnot, you're going to the wrong site. Sites that you go to, you will have to do nothing but have an email address, sign up, and start taking surveys. As long as you got a mobile device, you can get on. I do it myself as we speak. That's how I make some of my money. That's all you got to do. They don't take no upfront money. If you do, like I said, you're doing the wrong sites. 12. P.O. box addresses, the use of certified mail, return receipt requested, and number blocking apps are other resources you can utilize. You got 100 calls a day, block a lot of them. Just block them out. Talk to the people you need to. That's it. 13. Last but most importantly, your trust must be earned. Hear me again, it must be earned, not simply given. Be careful on who you trust, because you cannot trust everybody. Us as TIs, we realize that. A lot of them don't, but let them know. To anyone who cannot relate, this will merely sound like the figment of some loon's imagination, and therefore it would not apply. No harm, no foul. I can't force it down your throat. I don't force anything upon nobody. But for the lives that are being torn apart by these atrocities, this is very real. This is very real. I do not in any way condone, promote, or support the hating of any groups, organizations, or chapters, regardless of the reasons why they convene. Because one thing in common we have is a search for camaraderie, acceptance, and the feeling of belonging. Exactly the sentiments I present here for you now. I'm still in the process of moving, like I said initially, to Los Angeles, California. And upon arrival, I will still have these, my flyers, A Voice for the Stifled. These are still available. And I will start passing these out and joining others who are out there protesting. These you can get from me. You can get personally. If you want to contact me via email, I can email or however you want to do it. But I just want to do as much as I can to get the word across. That's pretty much it for right now. And as I said, this will be my final posting until I touch down in California. Hope things go well for you all, and all my TIs stay safe. Please stay safe. And I will pray for you all, and you all pray for me. God bless.